Last episode, we watched Game 3 of the 2030 Western Conference Finals. It was a tied series going in at 1 game apiece, but we came out on top 124-118 thanks to this man right here. John Cobb, number 8, puts up a season and career high with 61 points on 20 for 35 shooting. And this was a game which broke a couple of records. This was good for second place, tied with Lillard and Elgin Baylor, and only behind Michael Jordan for most points in a single NBA playoff game, with Lillard putting up 61 a couple years ago back in 2026, and Luka putting up 57 for the 5th place record in that same season. That game also gives John Cobb his own new personal record for the Aztecs for points in a playoff game, as he surpasses his previous total of 42, which he did 2 different times. But now there is a massive gap of 19 points. Kylan Moore also put up 40 back in game 1 of this series, and that is good for 4th place. So through 3 games here in the WCF, that leaves both Cobb and Kylan Moore with over 32 points per game in this one series. And now if we can win game 4 right here, we would take a 3-1 series lead and be well on our way to punching our first ever ticket to our first ever NBA Finals appearance. And going into this next game, Jordan Hawkins off of the Rockets bench is now fully healthy. And it looks like Cam Whitmore still has food poisoning, but again, it's not really affecting him too much. So here we go, Game 4, a real chance for us to take our largest lead of the Western Conference Finals to this point. Another home game for us, but if we lose this game, the Rockets go back home with a chance to retake the series lead. So let's go and win this one. With no changes to our starting 5 there's tip-off is underway here in Mexico City. Whitmore probably a game away from full health. He's got that green icon next to his name. But now we are going to simulate at least the first half and then watch the game if it ends up being close, which I would imagine it would be. These two teams, of course, are very evenly matched. Each game has gone down to the last couple minutes, with both teams having a chance in all 3 games to come out on top. But we won 2 out of the 3 so far, and right now we're off to a pretty solid first half, especially offensively, but the Rockets close it to about a 5-point game at halftime. 3rd quarter, and we're still in front, but the Rockets are not going away anytime soon. In fact, they are closing the gap, and now we're trading leads here to close the 3rd quarter. Another back and forth game. I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's watch the rest of it. 9:41 left to go. We lead by 4 here at home, 115-111. So the Rockets have it, a chance to close the gap to only 1 score. Here's Reed Shepherd, losing his dribble, and it's denied by David Dennis. He's only shot 35% from the field and has not really played his best defense so far in this series, but he's had some good moments. That shot won't go for Cam Christie, and Nikola Jovic brings it up the other way. Jackson finds Houston, who left it short. Second chance will go for Gigi Jackson, and it is a 2-point ball game. And once again, for the 3rd time in 4 games, Jackson is the spark plug off of the Rockets bench. He's got 26 already, and still plenty of time left to play. The jumper for Kylan Moore won't go. Now the Rockets have a chance to tie or take the lead. Tough shot on the move. That won't go in for Reed Shepherd. He's played well in virtually every game so far in the series. Curious what he's done so far in this one. That scoop layup somehow goes for Mark Williams, who had a very forgetful and just awful Game 3. Despite the win, he allowed way too many opportunities for Deion Houston to score. There's a big bucket from Cam Whitmore. He's feeling a whole lot better in this game. Dylan Young called for the foul. The 3-point play is capped off, and it's down to a 1-point lead. Loaded inside to Mark Williams. He'll get called for a violation, or he'll miss the shot. Either way, it's going to be Houston ball. Speaking of Houston, he goes right to the rack, but can't finish. Dennis and Christie both in the area that time. Kylan Moore sets the screen. Christie floats it over Whitmore, right to Kylan Moore for the baskets. He's got 22 points, 54% shooting from the field. He has yet to have a bad game in this matchup. He has been extremely reliable every single time. That three will find its way to the bottom of the net, and Shepherd ties the game at $119. Screen comes over. Christie downhill will take it himself, but it's rejected by Dion Houston. On the other end, we got a mismatch down low. Moore comes over to help, leaving Shepherd wide open, but luckily he can't take advantage of the open look. Just under half of the quarter left, or over half of the quarter left, and the alley-oop to Mark Williams is online. Houston wants the ball again. Williams almost gets caught up in the air, but good defense to force the pass out. Shot clock under 5. Whitmore gets the handoff, has to fire the contested three, and he got it to go. This is not their first lead tonight, but it is a lead nonetheless here in the fourth quarter. You've got Jarris Walker and Cobb at the scores table. They will come in at the next dead ball. But can Williams, Dennis, Moore, Christian Young get back in front? Yes, they can. David Dennis responds. Starting 5 back in for both teams. Bauer on the court, able to draw the foul and score on Kylan Moore. That ties the game again, and the free throw will put Houston back in front. Here's Cobb with it, working against Jackson, but he lost his dribble. Surprised the travel wasn't called. Kylan Moore now goes to work against Jabari Smith Jr., but he has to pass out, and Dennis is open but can't hit, and Williams will track it down for the putback. One thing I noticed so far in the series is that despite Houston being a very good rebounding team, they have allowed a lot of second chance points. Kylan Moore and Mark Williams both have had multiple offensive rebounds in nearly every game so far this series. Bauer fades over Williams. That shot's offline. Now a chance for us to extend our lead beyond just a point. Mismatch inside. Mark Williams is doubled, and Cobb is wide open. Money from downtown. 4-point Aztecs lead. Here's Whitmore. Baseline. He posters the blueprints. Get up, Kylan Moore. Maybe got up a little bit too late. We lob it up now in traffic, and it's going to be a turnover. At one of the worst times, only up by 2 points. You can't afford to have mistakes like that. Driving, and a really nice finish for Amen Thompson, able to once again tie the game up. They've got 11 points FTOs. We have 10. That's tied at $129 with 3.5 to play. Handing off. Open three again. Cobb can't knock it down. It comes off the back iron. Thompson brings it up. He fakes a couple of times. Finds a wide open G.G. Jackson, but he can't knock it down either. There's a mismatch inside, and Cobb sees it. Moore draws a double, back out, Christie open, got it! If they're gonna double, we're gonna have a shooter open every single time. And it looks like we have not brought Jarris Walker in. Mark Williams stayed in, so Jarris Walker may have fouled out or potentially is injured. Shepherd drives into traffic. Dennis just having some trouble getting stops in the paint. Thompson and Shepherd both now have scored on him down there the last couple of trips down. Jarris Walker did end up fouling out. He had 6 points, 7 boards, 7 assists, and of course the 6 fouls. Herb Jones out there as well now, but Mark Williams is playing at the 5 this time, not Kylan Moore. Dennis is going to have to find something here. He steps back, and it comes off the rim. Bauer up to Jabari Smith. He finds Shepard. He lost it, and Dennis picks up a steal. A big mistake right there on the fast break by the Rockets. And now Kylan Moore is open at the rim, and we lead by a tray. Now it's poked out. Shepard can't track it down, but Dennis is able to knock it out of bounds all the way on the other side of the court. Good hands the last 2 possessions. 12 on the shot clock now for Houston. They're going to have to go into some quick action here offensively. Bauer, shot clock under 5, blows by Williams. Are you serious, Mark? Or are you kidding me? After all that, to allow that easy of a basket is criminal. 25 now for Frank Bauer, and Moore scores again, plus the foul. That's right, he's electric. And a chance to put us up by 4 with under 90 seconds left to go. MVP chance in Mexico City. The free throw from the Blueprints is off. No, I might have jinxed him a little bit. Bauer looks to drive on Kylan Moore now. He can't get the bucket to go, but he does get the foul. About 14 seconds came off the clock there. Bauer is yet to miss at the line. Hoping for an announcer jinx here. But we got one. 10 for 11 now at the line. And we lead by 2. You gotta score here. You can't afford a miss. Who do we go to here? Who do we go to late? Cobb thought twice about it. Leaves it for Kylan Moore. Has to shoot. It won't go. And Bauer pulls down the rebound. But he stepped out of bounds. And it's going to be Aztecs ball. And we still give the ball back. They gave us a second chance. No. Whitmore with the steal. Do not allow a 3. Bauer jams on the drive. Mark Williams can't defend anything right now. This is absurd. Absurdly bad. Tied at 136 points. We have the ball. We just got to take care of it, man. Take care of it. Take a smart shot. Jones got it! Herb Jones! Does not often touch the ball. Does not often shoot the ball. But some absolute onions on this man with 27 seconds left. I feel like I lose my voice every time I record one of these matchups between these two teams. 20 seconds left. Amen Thompson with it. Just taking time off the clock. The Rockets don't have a lot to work with. Shepard attacks and scores, but it's still a 1-point game. They will have to foul and hope for a couple of misses at the free throw line. And it's David Dennis who's going to get the first chance. Another high-scoring game. Elite offenses, some of the best the league has ever seen in its history, matching up. And the free throws are good to push us over 140 points. The Rockets have to go fast. They have no timeouts. A 3 could tie it. It's no good. And the time nearly expires. 0.2 left. It's not going to be enough. And we have MVP chance for the man who dropped 61 the game prior. And that should put the game completely out of reach. And Mexico City is going to take a 3-1 series lead in the Western Conference Finals. Absolute stones from so many players on this team, game after game. And we are 1 win away now from punching our ticket to the NBA Finals. Let's go and do it in Game 5. Put the stamp on this series. Another gritty, hard-fought victory for the Aztecs, and they get their first back-to-back wins against the Rockets all season long. And this time we took a page out of their book with 3 or 4 different players putting up 21 or more points. John Cobb leads the way yet again, dropping 32, 7, and 9, 10 for 21 from the field. Kylan Moore, 26 and 8. He shot the ball well. David Dennis had one of his best games of the series to this point, 24 on 8 for 14 shooting, and 6 for 7 from downtown. A couple of massive threes in this game by him. And despite my hate against Mark Williams, especially on defense, he did have a good offensive day with 21 points on 9 for 11 from the field. But Cam Christie shot the ball well. Herb Jones hits the game-winning shot. Dylan Young shoots 40%. Nobody had a bad day for us. 35 for Reed Shepard. He was really good, as he has been in every game so far. Frank Bauer showed up. Jackson showed up. And despite a couple of big plays late by Cam Whitmore, he still only puts up 17 points. And Amen Thompson picks up 3 steals. Deion Houston, though, was actually very quiet. 1 for 6 from the field, to my surprise. Both teams shoot 56%, but we shoot over 50% from downtown. And we were equal on free throws, about as even as you can get. The points in the paint were even. I mean, it's just such a great series unfolding here. But the Rockets have failed to win 3 out of 4 close games. Every game has been close with 5 minutes left to go, and they have failed to come out on top when the game really counts. Meanwhile, over in the Eastern Conference Finals, the 1-seed Atlanta Hawks just got swept by the 6-seed Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs have not really been a dangerous team so far in this series until this season. They're coming off a 51 season last year, but this year they only won 44 games, but did manage to make the playoffs, and with a roster like this, it makes sense where they're at. They have punched their tickets. They are waiting to see who's going to come out on top here in this Rockets-Aztecs battle. And going into Game 5, Cam Whitmore is finally fully healthy, recovered fully from food poisoning. Will this have an intangible effect on the game? Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but we're in store for another fantastic game here. Let's go find out who's going to come out on top and if we can secure our first ever NBA Finals appearance. With a 3-1 series lead, the Aztecs have a lot on the line, but the Rockets might have even more because now it's their entire season that is on the line right here. If they lose this game, their year is over. Once again, they have not reached the playoffs in the series to this point. But if they win 3 straight, they have a chance. A+ home court advantage at Houston, trailing in the series by 2 games. We will start with the basketball, and it might all come down to this game, but if it doesn't, then the Rockets will have some life. Cobb opens up by driving and scoring the first points of the contest. Shepard with it off the screen, gets around Dennis and will score, and he has shot, I want to say like 60% or somewhere in that ballpark in the Western Conference Finals. Driving, hop-stepping, but not able to finish is Kylan Moore. The rebound goes to Cam Whitmore. And then Thompson looks to push, and Herb Jones ends up fouling him on the shot attempts. Thompson has not really had a big offensive day at all this series, which is not really his game, but I think he has the potential to have a 20-point outing, but just has yet to do so. The free throws are both good, though. Out to Cobb. His 3 is up and good. Hot start for him. 5 early points. And against this Rockets team, both in this series and the regular season, he has just had a field day. He's only had a 1 bad game in the 7 or so matchups that we've had. The blueprint picks up his first block. Cobb on the other end tries again from downtown, but this time it's off. Up to Cam Whitmore. He finds Thompson. He fakes a spin move. And then kind of resets, pulls up, and knocks it down. He's got 4. Trying to get Cobb going early on. There's another one dropping in. We proved back in game 1 that we can win if Cobb has an off day. But if he doesn't have an off day, it is going to be a really, really tough battle for any team to take us down. Another block for Kylan Moore. We take over 8-6. Cobb, another good look. That one's off though, but every look he's had has been a good one. Bauer slicing inside, able to draw the foul. It's already number 2 against the Aztecs. They did a great job in this series drawing fouls, and they fouled us out. They fouled at least one player out in 3 of the first 4 games in the series. They're a very good team at drawing fouls and absorbing contact. The free throws from Bauer are both up and good. Darius Walker floats it inside. Herb Jones wide open off the extra feed. That one eventually drops in. Had the game-winning shot back in game 4. Starts off hot here, 1 for 1. Rockets will talk things over. Thompson gets the handoff. A little bit of a hesitation there, and he throws it too strong off the backboard. Another hot start for this Aztecs offense. We saw this pretty much every game so far except for game 1. Cobb goes right into a foul. Thompson called for his first, and the first against the Rockets this game. The front ends. Drops in for him. And Cobb already has like 8 or 9 points. Good pass, and Bauer will stuff it in as Kylan Moore is caught trailing behind him. Downhill, Herb Jones is fouled on the drive. That's back-to-back fouls against Amen Thompson. Front end for Jones, up and good. He has shot 95%, an incredible number at the line here in the postseason. Goes 2 for 2 here. We have such a reliable free throw shooting team. For sure, the best free throw shooting team I've had in a series on this channel, no doubt about that. That's why we're so good at closing games. It's because we don't miss free throws. Kylan Moore wants it inside. Backing down Bauer, and he gets it denied. And somehow Bauer gets to it first. How does that work? Here's Jackson in the game now. Wait, is he starting for them? No, he's not. They took out Thompson with his 2 fouls. Jackson came in early on. Shepard, another drive and score. Moore calls for it again. 2 times the charm. Tough finish through contact. Driving, and Cam Whitmore can't get it to go at the rim. Good close out there on that drive. Cobb downhill, hands it off. Good passing by the Aztecs. Good pump fake, and still a tough shot from Kylan Moore. Good defense by the Rockets. Screen comes up. Shepard, another drive, and he draws the foul. Dennis just cannot contain the guy right now. We've seen this before. Front end will drop in for Reed Shepard. And his free throws are good. All the way to the 10. Well, make that all the way out of bounds. It's blocked by Jabari Smith Jr. He's now been blocked twice. Once by Smith, once by Bauer. He has 2 of his own, but gotta take some smarter shots here. Rockets really gotta play better defense if they're going to win this series for sure, because our offense has been going off against them. Cam Christie's 3 won't go in. Over Moore, too strong from Bauer. Mark Williams now out there as Darius Walker takes a rest. Young out there as well as Cobb back on the bench for a breather. Shot clock under 10 now. Christie with it. Off the screen. Very good defense, and the shot still falls. Good play until... Oh, I thought that was blocked, I'm not gonna lie. But Stewart got it to go. 1-point game still. Two-man game with our bigs. Moore over like 3 defenders. Not gonna get it to go. Bauer brings it up, going right at Christie and somehow had it blocked. How does that work? I mean, I'll take it, but Bauer with just kind of an awful drive attempt. That was soft. Nikola Jovic out there for the first time for Houston. Dennis with a fake spin move, able to get it over Stewart and in for the basket. Lobbing it up, Whitmore right down the middle. Catches the alley-oop and flushes it home. We're trading buckets. Rockets still trail by a point. The alley-oop bucket won't go for Mark Williams. Now we have a mismatch. We got Dennis guarding Bauer of all people. That is not going to work in our favor. Whitmore will just take it himself instead. And has it denied. Up ahead, Mark Williams. Come on, dude. High ball screen comes up. Whitmore steps into a 3, but the shot is offline. Christie catches and shoots, but is yet to really find his stroke. Driving once again. Now back to Jackson. Too far out there to take the shot. Stewart is contested. The shot won't go in. Up ahead, Kylan Moore. What is going on right now? How do you miss that? Whitmore below the basket. Just kind of resets, pulls up, and drills it. Timeout. John Cobb back out there for the Aztecs. After a lot of touches early on, he's back in after a stint on our bench. Under 2 to play here in the first quarter. Herb Jones from downtown, another one that drops in for him. Here we go again. A story as old as time. Jackson wants the ball, but this time actually passes out. He's loved that back down there in the low post all series long. Whitmore, another 3. Downhill, off the handoff, and the basket will go. Cam Christie picks up the foul against Jordan Hawkins. Fans not happy with the call. The 3-point play is capped off at the line. Jackson can't get to it this time. Cobb cuts off the pass, denies him the ball. That's going to be our game plan against Jackson here, is just cut off the passes if he's calling for it down low. Off the screen, Jones pulls up, won't go. Deion Houston checks in and pulls down his first rebound of the contest. Now an off-ball screen set. Houston waits for Mark Williams to come over. Tough shot. It won't go for Jabari Smith. And we will have the final shot if we want it here in the quarter. Under 5 seconds. Cobb will have to shoot this over. Jackson. Very good and well defended. 27-25. Close game as you would always expect against these two teams. 1 quarter down, 3 to go. All right, second quarter is underway. Deion Houston starts off by getting his own miss back and keeps it alive with the Rockets. Gonna capitalize with some second chance points. Stewart with a good pump fake. The 3 still won't drop in though. Kylan Moore is now doubled on the other end. Tries to get around it and is blocked. You gotta pass the ball that time. He's being a bit too aggressive right now. And now he's called for a foul. His second. Couple of miscues here in the first half by the Blueprints. Hope he can figure things out here. No defense by the Rockets, though, to make it as tough as possible to get a clean shot off down low for him. Screen comes up. Cobb finds space. No good, but Williams tracks it down. Second chance three won't go. Williams, the third chance jam. Now Houston wants to drive against Williams, and it works like it always does. Good spin move. Cam Christie draws a double team and still finds a good look with the soft touch. 8 lead changes, 2 ties. Poked out, and Cobb tries to fight for it, but Jackson wins the battle instead. Under 5 on the shot clock now. Hawkins will have to shoot this one. It's offline. Williams drives, swatted out of bounds. The Rockets have like 5 or 6 blocks already in the first half. They are playing hard out there, I can't lie. We inbound to Cobb for the open 3. Beautiful play off the inbound pass. Can we get shots like that when it comes down to a last shot of the game, please? Because usually it's not a shot as good as that. Baseline, help comes, and Williams rises up to snatch the ball out of thin air. Cobb has it blocked from the elbow by Jovic. Shepard behind the line, dude. He is so reliable. Mark Williams with the screen. He rolls, gets the bounce pass, and throws it down. Another 3 on the way from Shepard. This time it won't go. Dennis goes to work. Really tough lay-in, and he flexes on Reed Shepard and the Rockets' home crowd. Okay. Trying to respond. Shepard draws the foul on the other end. That's 2 against Dennis, 2 against Kylan Moore. With 8:06 left to go in the first half. Shepard's got 10 points. The back end gives him 11. Lobbing it up, backdoor, right over the top of the defense. And Kylan Moore, with that verticality, can get up there as high as it can go. Here's G.G. Jackson, giving it back to Whitmore for the open look, but his shot won't drop in. Dennis blocked again, but Moore is there and is fouled on the second chance attempts. Man, these Rockets, they are just playing with some great hands right now. Really contesting every shot they can possibly contest. It's actually pretty impressive, not gonna lie. Screen comes up, Shepard drives himself, blocked again. Mark Williams this time. Well, actually, not this time, both times. Now the C's part, and Kylan Moore still can't finish. G.G. Jackson right there to stay with Moore the entire way. Shepard's 3 won't go, but Houston blocked off the backboard by Cobb. Dennis draws the foul on the other end. This is a very different game than we're used to. I mean, so many blocks for both teams already. That was Cobb blocking Dion Houston of all players. And that was a violent block too. Kylan Moore, by the way, is only 2 for 10 from the field, and yet we lead by 11 points. Little pick and roll here with their bigs. And that's a really tough shot, but Bauer pulls down the miss and keeps it alive. Shepard attacks and somehow got the basket. What? That is incredible. That's going to be Cobb's first foul. And the free throw will close our lead to 8. Kylan Moore with the screen. Cobb keeps it. Good defense by Jackson. Staying with them. Cobb is blocked out of bounds by Bauer. How many blocks do these guys have? It's got to be double digits now. This is crazy. Or close to it. We got to fire off the inbound pass quick. And the shot's good from the corner. Cobb is trying to will our team to an away-from-home win. And hopefully a 5-game series win at that. That would be incredible. Shepard blocked by Kylan Moore. Did a good job helping out on him the last couple trips. Shot clock under 5 for the Rockets. Whitmore fades, but it's offline. Now we go quick. Kylan Moore at the rim. Finally got a shot to drop. The Rockets apparently only have 6 blocks. We have 8 somehow. That shot won't go for Shepard. And a 13-point lead for the Aztecs with potential for us to extend it. What a drive from Mark Williams. Like I mentioned earlier in the episode, you know, he has been kind of a liability on defense until this episode, I think, or until this game, really. But offensively, he is still a really good option for us, somehow. That shot will go for Whitmore. He's been their best player, but the Rockets have only shot 36%. We have played some good defense so far, I'm not going to lie. Cobb comes out of the corner, hands it off, and Christie rises and flushes. The Rockets are desperate for some offense. Whitmore got his own miss back. Bauer the second try. It'll go. Nothing but nylon. The Rockets, under 4 left to go here in the half, trail by 13 points again. They don't want to let it slip away this early on. There's still lots of basketball left. Don't want to get ahead of themselves and force some tough shots right now, but they got to start to put the pieces together on both ends. That's block number 7 for Houston. Off the screen. Cam Christie crosses over. We'll have to shoot this over Whitmore. And it goes in off the backboard. Tough shot, man. That is incredible. Shepard penetrates, kicks it back out. Whitmore will have to shoot. It's contested, and he did not get it off in time. Shot clock violation. And that pass is cut off and stolen by Thompson. Had 3 in the last game. That's a block for Kylan Moore, his 3rd or 4th of the contest. Bauer, the 3rd chance, still can't get it to go, but the 4th will end up with the points. Are you serious? I mean, great job not to give up there on the play, but you gotta just get the rebound there if you're the Aztecs. Here's Cobb, wide open for a 3. It won't go, though. There might be some life here for Houston if they can score. And Shepard can take his time and pour it in from downtown. He's got 17. Good pass. Kylan Moore is open, but the shot won't go. Just not really on his game right now on the offensive end. Thompson scores! And Dylan Young is called for the foul. The last thing you want to do if you're Mexico City is let the Rockets climb their way back in before the half is over. The free throw is good. Our lead has been cut in half in the last 2 or so minutes. Moore trying to get physical. Picks up his dribble now. Jones hands it off. Dennis has to fire another. Really good shot goes in off the backboard. That is tough. Jabari Smith Jr. with the step back triple, but it won't go. Jarris Walker himself draws the foul. That's number 3 on him and Thompson. Under a minute left to go in the half. Front end will push our lead back to double digits. Dion Houston relieves somebody. They got 3 bigs out there, and Walker goes 1 for 2. They got Smith, Bauer, and Houston out there all at the same time. With a big lineup, they will score quickly. Whitmore's got 13 points. Now a tough lob! Through traffic, 3 defenders collapse on Dennis in midair, and they still can't get to it. What a fantastic athlete, man. Just incredible. Smith thought twice about the 3. Now it's Houston trying his luck from range, and he knocks it down. And we are just letting the Rockets chip away at this lead. Last shot here in the half. Kylan Moore against Houston. Has to fire. It won't go. And we go to halftime, leading by 7, 53-60. 2 quarters left for the Rockets to keep their season hopes alive. The second half is underway. The Rockets have only shot 40% in the game so far. Their worst at halftime of the series so far. They've got to play better if they're going to come out on top and give themselves a few more tries to come out on top here in the series and eventually win the series in 7 games, because that's what it will take now for them to do so. That's a coast-to-coast bucket for Kylan Moore. I love the quick offense. Shepard drives, blows by Dennis again. When he gets going downhill, the only chance we have is help defense. Now it's Darius Walker trying a fadeaway, not really his forte. Rockets look to push. Jabari Smith going right at Herbert Jones. But now passes out. It gets called for a 3 in the key. Backdoor cut, and Cobb throws it down off the assist from Kylan Moore. He had the most points for either team at the half with, I think it was just the most for us, because Reed Shepard had like 19 points or 17 points. Now he's got more than 20. But Cobb leads us with about 16 points, now 18 with that last dunk. Shot clock winding down. Cobb has it. Steps back. It's contested, but it's absolutely buried. Man, he just, when he is feeling it, he is feeling it, man. Absolutely incredible shot. Now Whitmore trying to answer back. Reynolds at home. Good pass, but Moore's blocked from behind by Bauer. The defense has been really good at times for both teams, but at other times it's been very bad for both teams. It just kind of depends. Whitmore steps into a triple. This time it's not going to go. Go a drive. Cobb, though, unable to finish that. They're a little bit too strong off the backboard that time. Bauer, the other way. No good, and Walker able to tip the rebound to himself. Movement off ball. Herb Jones wants to fire it off. It's not going to go, though. That was a tougher shot than he's used to. Bauer's 3 on the other end. We'll cut our lead to 4. In the low post, and Kylan Moore will draw the first on Bauer. Just trying to slow things down a little bit. Get the offense back in rhythm here. Front end goes. Moore had a poor shooting first half, looking to play better here in the second and put the series away and on ice. Shepard spots up from distance, but it's no good. Moore gets the feed, throws it up quickly with the left hand because he had a mismatch, and Cobb saw it all the way through. Good play right there. Lead back to 8 for Mexico City. Bauer, quick shots, another 3, but it's not going to go. A nice tip out by Dennis right to his favorite teammate, John Cobb. Strong drive. The bucket will go. Cobb with the emphasis. And the free throw is up and perfect. Pick and roll here, and Bauer's wide open at the rim. And now it's poked out. Moore tracks it down. Great hustle. Shot clock, of course, does not reset, and Cobb will draw the foul on the drive. That's the first against Ken Whitmore. Don't forget, I haven't mentioned this for quite a while, but this is the final year of head coach Horace James Jr.'s contract. He is playing for his job right now. And so far, I think he's doing a fantastic job. The free throws are split, though. A rare miss at the line for Cobb. Smith on the other end. Gets by Walker, but he's met at the basket by Jones and gets nothing out of it. Cobb steps back again. That one's offline. What is that? Bauer with the easy two. Trying to work on Jackson here. Cobb has had it the whole possession, but cannot find the bottom of the net. Screen comes up. Jabari Smith, mid-range jumper. He got it. Cobb, a few feet behind the line. It won't go. Frank Bauer the rebound. Rockets look to attack. Good pump fake by Smith, and they have closed our lead down to 4. We go quick. Howard Moore's doubled. Shuffles it out right to a defender. We almost steal it back. Thompson will head to the line for a pair of free throws. Man, a bad sequence for us, but luckily the free throw, it's not going to go for Thompson. The back end will not go either. 0 for 2. Lucky as hell break for us. Now Howard Moore attacks! 2 Rockets buried 6 feet under. Bauer, tough shot, but he got the roll to drop in. He's played well so far. Good pass right back to Mark Williams. Jackson finds room. The three-pointer will not drop in for him, though. Herb Jones from downtown. Yes, sir, it's online. Every time the Rockets make a little run of their own to close the game back to, 4 or 5 points, we seem to always have an answer of our own, a run of our own. Tough three. Thompson can't connect. Now Christie finds space, but his shot won't go. Good cut by Bauer. Walker too late to react. This crowd is loud right now, trying to will this team back into the ball game. They trail by 7. They've played good defense the last couple of trips, but Herb Jones can't seem to miss right now. He has been so efficient from downtown, especially here in this game. Now Jackson looks to attack. Dylan Young, but he's blocked. And he's been held in check all game long. Christie going right at Bauer, able to draw the second foul against him. And more free throws on the way. Christie yet to hit a three-pointer this game, but he's still supplied some offense off our bench. That's going to be his job. It's been his role all season long. Undersized matchup, and Jarris Walker is called for a foul. Bauer, the one who drew it, already has a double-double with not even a 3 full quarters played. And he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Young up ahead. Cobb blocks. And Jackson with the rebounds. Rockets go quick. Stewart's fast break triple is buried. Christie downhill, takes his time and scores with the finger roll. Jackson downhill, really tough shot. We have contained him very well. Second chance, three won't go. Third try, Smith still can't knock it down. Great job to keep one alive by Dion Houston, but they get nothing out of it. They've trailed by 5 or 10 almost the whole game. We're going to save for the final play here in the quarter. Kylan Moore is going to have to shoot. It's no good. And the quarter comes to a close. 12 minutes left to play. We lead it 79-89. The fourth quarter is here. We have it. And now it's all about protecting this lead and riding out these last 12 minutes, playing the best that we have. We have played some great basketball in this series, some great basketball here in this game, and we have led for almost all of it. Cobb at the line for a pair of free throws, knocks down his first. And his second will give us a 12-point cushion. And Whitmore, after a strong first half, has not really done a whole lot here in the second. And now he turns it over. The Rockets could not afford plays like that with their entire season on the brink. Good pass right over Houston and right to Mark Williams. And our lead extends once again. Good drive. Open pull-up, and the Rockets still can't get it to go. That was a good look for Shepard. Now Cobb attacks the basket, but can't finish. Good help defense by Dion Houston. Shepard, the catch and shoot three. It drops in. Jarris Walker blocked by Nikola Jovic. There have been so many blocks this game. Bucket and foul. Dion Houston gives this crowd all kinds of life. And the free throw, once again, cut it to 8 points. Cobb blocked by Whitmore. The Rockets are playing the best defense they have all series. Shepard off the back iron once again. Good pass. Cobb blocked a second time by Whitmore. And now we turn the ball over. Just a lazy, weak pass from Dylan Young. We took out Cobb. We brought in David Dennis as Christie moves back to the 2 spot and now is called for his third foul. Reed Shepard at the line. Rarely misses here. The Rockets, like we did back in, I think it was game 1, are slowly chipping away. But another announcer jinx. I love that. Moore will just go by himself. Really tough take. He's got 18. Shepard spots up from distance and again able to knock it down. 6-point game. Kylan Moore catches and fires, but it's no good. Screen comes over. Whitmore crosses over. Good defense by Christie. And Whitmore still finds a way to score. I spoke too soon. Christie finds space in the mid-range, but can't knock it down, and our offensive miscues are giving the Rockets life. Whitmore blocked off the backboard. Huge play by Kylan Moore. Out to Christie, wide open, and you gotta hit that, man. You can take your time on those shots. Now a high ball screen. Whitmore blows by Christie, hits it from the elbow, and they've cut it all the way down to 2. Out to Christie. A foot inside the arc. Finally regained his offensive rhythm. Whitmore's feeling it. Blows by Christie a second time and scores. Good defense by the Rockets on this trip so far. Christie, another open shot. He got it. There we go. We just got to weather the storm one last time. Prevent this last run by the Rockets. We've led almost the whole game. Whitmore right now keeping the minute by himself. Tough shot. And it's not going to go. That is not a good look from Kylan Moore. No threes, please. A 3 would tie it. Whitmore drives. Oh, that would have been killer. He draws the 4th on Kylan Moore, which will stop the clock and let us bring our starters back in. But if he knocks down both, it's going to be a 1-point game. Which it is. Starting 5 out there for both teams to close it. I wouldn't have it any other way. Another close game like it always is between these two teams. Cobb open. Got it to drop. Big shot in his first touch of the 4th. Or since he came out. Off the screen. Stewart thought twice about it. Now they have to find a good look. That's a good defensive play by Cobb. He can test the shot perfectly. Good pass. More cuts. Nearly finishes. Whitmore called for his 3rd foul. Kylan Moore misses the front end. That could come back to bite us. He ends up going 1 for 2. We lead by 5 with as much left to play. Another drive by Shepard, but the high-arcing floater won't go in. Dennis leaves it for Walker. Over Smith. Really tough shot. Downhill, a tough shot. Well defended, but Thompson gets it back, and Smith misses another putback 3. He has been off his game from downtown. Just over 4 minutes left. Another 7-point lead. Make it 9! Cobb and Dennis link up. It's an 8-0 Aztecs run since we brought in the rest of our starting lineup. But Smith will end the run with a quick throwdown. Cobb throws it back. Kylan Moore with the finish off the pick and roll. He's got 21 now. And Cobb right now came in and pretty much changed the game on both ends. A couple nice stops, a huge 3, and some nice passes too. But the Rockets aren't going away. Reed Shepard knocks it down. Harris Walker feeds it to Moore. That was way too easy. Timeout, Houston. What are we doing here? Wide open 3. I mean, we are disrespecting Smith so badly, and he has not taken advantage at all. He might shoot the Rockets out of this game. Cobb is open, but can't show him how it's done. Up ahead. Whitmore off the glass. It's a nice quick bucket. Cobb tries again. That one's off too. And there's still plenty of time for Houston. Whitmore is open, but cannot make us pay. Under 2 to go, and Moore throws it down off the pick and roll with Herbert Jones. 1:53 left. The Rockets need a miracle now. They gotta play their best offense and defense of the season, but Bauer can't give it to him, missing the reverse layup, but he steals it back, and he will take it the distance. Almost missed it. We feed it down low to Jarris Walker, and he throws it down to Boris Smith in a turnstile. Tough shot. Shepard, though, will give them some life. It's down to 6. The door is still open. The game is not even close to over. Kylan Moore looks like he wants to take the shot. The fadeaway comes off the front rim. Houston could really use a 3. Bauer will drive and draw the foul. That's number 5 on Kylan Moore. The front end's good from Bauer. And the back end will make it a 4-point deficit. Rockets have no more fouls to give. They swarm Dennis. They force the pass out. They're going to double us every time, and we almost turn it over. Jones! Another dagger! Is this good night, Houston? Timeout, Rockets! Under 30 seconds left. The Rockets have to score. Shepard fades. Oh my God, he hit that. What? No shot clock left. They will have to foul, putting Dennis at the line. I have some thoughts on what the Rockets can do to improve their roster for next year, because it's looking like their year is about to end in a matter of moments. Dennis knocks down the free throws. They'll use their final timeout. Shepard has to do something with it. Taking way too much time off the clock. Smith, another miss from downtown, and these free throws should definitely put this game completely away. The front end drops in from the blueprint, and he knocks down both. They have no timeouts left. 8 seconds left and counting. The clock is going to tick away, and the Rockets will fall in 5 games as the Aztecs are moving on to their first ever NBA Finals. They secure their first ever Western Conference title. And we're going to face the Cleveland Cavaliers in what should be a really fun matchup in the 2030 NBA Finals. Western Conference champions for the first time in franchise history. It was a close series, but we still take it in 5 games. We closed every game with some fantastic play. And that's what it takes to beat a team like the Rockets. Despite the cutscene showing Kylan Moore as the Western Conference Finals MVP, it actually goes to John Cobb, who puts up 35.6 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, shooting 48% from the field, at 94 at the line, and 44 from downtown. I think either guy could have won it, but I think Cobb does deserve this, but only by like a hair. It was a very neck-and-neck battle, I think, between our 2 best players for the WCF MVP. Meanwhile, Evan Mobley wins it for the Cavaliers. And I think this will be a very tough matchup for our bigs because Mobley obviously is a multiple Defensive Player of the Year award winner. He's a very good paint defender, both on ball and on help defense. It's going to be a really different matchup than they're used to, I think. Plus, he's coming off a great series where he rebounded the ball at an extreme clip. So we end the Rockets season, and despite it being a close game in all 5 games, we win in 5. It was very similar to how the Utah Jazz beat us last year in round 2. They won in 6 games, but each game was really close, especially 2 of them. We only lost by 3 points total. So a similar but also a different series, and only 1 loss between these 2 teams in the conference finals. And now we have a very different team. It's going to be a brand new champion this year than we have seen the first 5 seasons. We are fully healthy. I believe the Cavaliers are also fully healthy, and with Mobley and Jarrett Allen down low, it is a better defensive front court than we saw with the Rockets. But it looks like both teams come in fully healthy and playing at the top of their game. We win Game 5, 123-115. Reed Sheppard pours in 36. Whitmore drops in 28. Bauer also plays well, but this time, Jabari Smith was held in check. He goes 3 for 12, missing every 3 he took. And how about this? I think we won because Jackson did not score a single point off the bench. 0 for 3 and no free throws. That is our best defensive game of the series. It comes here in the game-winning series. 30 for Cobb here in the win, although he did not shoot the ball very well, similar to his first game. Kylan Moore also shot the ball pretty poorly, but did have 6 blocks. The Rockets had 12 as a team. We had 11. It was a very defensive game for a lot of it. Herb Jones was awesome. Back-to-back games where he pretty much hits the dagger 3. And Cam Christie comes off our bench, drops in 20 points. Dennis, a very quietly good game. 14 points, 6 boards, 7 assists, only missed 1 shot. Mark Williams had one of his better days in the series. We shoot 48%. We win the paint battle. We get more second chance points. We scored more off the bench. We had way more assists, more rebounds, only by a couple. And we took care of the basketball. And now we're going to look to have a pretty similar matchup overall-wise. The Cavaliers have a really good team. Their lowest overall in their starting 5 was at 84, but their bench is probably much weaker, I would say, than the Rockets. And speaking of the Rockets, I do think that they will be another championship contending team next year, but I think that they could really improve by finding a better player than Edmund Stewart to be their backup point guard. He just was not really effective in any games so far, or really in the run. He scores less than 4 points a game here in the playoffs, does not pass the ball very well. Shot well from 3, I guess you could say, but in this conference finals, at least, he was not very good. So I think that could be an improvement. Jovic, I thought, was pretty solid, but had a couple games where he was not really touching the ball too much. I think that's all I have on what the Rockets could really improve on. I think we just played better in the last 5 minutes of each win, and that's why we come out on top. Through the playoff run so far, through the first 3 rounds, Cobb and Moore are pretty much neck and neck for points per game. It is so amazing to have 2 players that can do this alongside each other and not really take away chances for each other and just be pretty much 1A and 1B on offense. That is just amazing. Cobb with 6 boards, 6 assists. Kylan Moore, 13 rebounds, 3 assists. Both guys shot the ball very well. Moore actually shot 35% from 3, way better than he did in the regular season this season. Cobb has shot the ball up from 3. Dennis and Walker have been elite from 3. So has Herb Jones. Christie has been solid. Young, not so much. But nobody has really shot the ball poorly for us in the playoff run. We've had Walker and Williams be very efficient, the two most efficient players in the playoffs so far. Dennis has passed and scored at what you would expect for him. Here's Walker has scored better than we're used to, I think, and same goes for Christie. Maybe a little bit worse than we're used to, but he still shot the ball incredibly well with a little bit less playing time. And it's been a fantastic run. The Cavaliers come in with 3 different players averaging over 20 points per game. Mobley, number 3, Garland, number 2, and Maurice Mullen coming off their bench the entire run. And it's been the spark plug like Jackson was for the Rockets, but will this be a game plan that works out against us? We'll have to find out. I did just change their lineup to move to 8 men in their rotation, so Mullen will have even more playing time than he was getting in the first couple rounds. We'll see more playing time for Garland, Mobley, Herb Hood, and Allen as well. But Mitchell has kind of taken a back seat for the offense. He's no longer the player that he once was. He's 33 years old, has a pretty good overall still, but he did take a pretty big step back the last 2 seasons from what he was doing back in 2028. Gone down by almost 67% or 33% in terms of the points per game and the amount that he went down by. So I think that there's kind of a new look Cavaliers, but still a lot of the same core that's been on this team for quite some time. We have the highest win percentage of any playoff team so far. We have the best offense. We have a top 4 defense, but the Cavaliers have the best. The Cavaliers have the best. We just tore up the Rockets, who ended up with a defense worse than ours. But the Cavaliers, with the best differential, the best defense, and the 4th best offense. Shooting-wise, we have been the number 1 team. The Cavaliers are top 5. From downtown, we have been a top 3 team. They have been only top 7. In terms of free throws, number 1 for us, number 8 for Cleveland. There are a couple of disparities here that might point the favoritism towards our way here in the series. Rebounding wise, though, they are number 1. The Rockets were 3, but we actually beat them on the glass in almost every game. We are right now number 4 in the playoffs. Assist wise, both teams are top 4. Steals per game, Cavaliers top 4. We are not even really close. We are one of the worst steal forcing teams, turnover forcing teams in the playoffs. Cavaliers top 10 in blocks. We are number 1 at 6.5. And we do take care of the ball very, very well. This is kind of an easier way for us to look at the broad scope of things here between these 2 teams. Both teams very good offensively at all 3 levels, but the Cavaliers have weaknesses in steals, dunks, and strength, at least ratings-wise. Matchup reports, both teams can really do everything. We won the last matchup, and right now the spread pick is going to be us over them. We won the last battle by 11 points. We have an A+ matchup for everything here. They are A+ except for in outside defense. So that gives us the edge, I think, in this matchup. In the stat ranking, we already kind of looked through these a little bit, but the stats definitely point our way. There are a couple, though, that might give the Cavaliers a little bit of life. A little bit of life. But both teams are very, very good. The shot chart shows that we have been a better 3-point shooting team than they have been in almost every area of the court. But I think it's still a very good team. I think the presence of their bigs will present a little bit of a different look for us, especially with Mobley and Walker going head-to-head. When Mobley is way, way taller, I think he's more physical, better on defense. That could pose a mismatch problem for us. We'll have to see how things play out in Game 1 first. And, I'm thinking about potentially not doing every game on its own, but at least for Game 1, I do want that to be on its own, and Game 7 if it comes down to that. But if there are a couple games where I feel like we could get 2 in, I might want to do 2 in one episode, but We'll see what happens. I'm not going to commit to that, but it is a possibility. We'll see what happens. But we are in the NBA Finals. We're facing off against the Cavaliers. We're going to have a different champion, the third different champion in the series to this point, because the Mavericks have been knocked out. So have the Pistons. And now it's us and them. A 2 against a 6 seed. We'll see what happens next time, guys. Thanks for watching. What a run it's been so far. Let's keep it going. It's been a dominant display of offense. Let's add to it. Thanks for watching. Please like the video, subscribe down below, leave your feedback in the comment section, and I'll see y'all in the NBA Finals. Take care and have a great day.